الدرس الأول lesson 1 كيف قضيت إجازتي, how I spent my vacation. This is a passage exercise. So we'll read the passage and after that we'll see some Q&A and some grammar questions. So the subheading says Al-Ijazatu Rahatun Linnafs. Vacation is a comfort for the soul. First paragraph. Al-Ijazatu fursatun jayyidatun lilqiyami bi'adatin sahiyya. Vacation is a good opportunity to do healthy habits. وأعمال مميزة تحول روتين الدراسة والعمل إلى أوقات جميلة ومميزة برفقة الأهل والأصدقاء. So vacation is a good opportunity to do healthy habits and special tasks that will change or convert the routine of studies and work into beautiful and special times in the company of family and friends. So what is vacation? It's a good opportunity to do healthy habits and to do special tasks that you don't do generally. So these special tasks, what will it do? It will change your usual routine of either studying or work, like based on who you are, and it will change into beautiful times and beautiful and special times with the company of people you love from your friends and family. And then the author says وَمِنَ الْعَادَاتِ الصِّحِّيَّةِ الْجَيِّدَةِ التي يجب الحرص على القيام بها في الإجازة ممارسة الرياضة. From the good healthy habits that one should be keen on doing in the vacation is exercising. فهي فرصة رائعة للتمتع بجسم سليم خالي من الأمراض. It is a wonderful opportunity to enjoy a body free of diseases. وتساعد في الحفاظ على الوزن المثالي, and it helps in maintaining the ideal weight. بالإضافة إلى أنها تزيد من نشاط الجسم مما يبعث الشعور بالحيوية والسعادة. In addition to that, it increases the activity of your body, which will in turn bring about the feeling of vitality and happiness. So in the first paragraph, the author talks about what vacation is and the fact that it's a good opportunity to do healthy habits, and you can also do different tasks to what you generally do in the company of your loved ones, friends and families. And then he mentions about the healthy habits that you can do. From that is exercising and the benefits to it, like such as enjoying a healthy body free of diseases, and you can maintain the ideal weight, like you don't become overweight and the likes. Also you become more active. Now based on this, we have some questions. First question is ما هي الفرصة الجيدة التي توفرها الإجازة. ما هي, ma means the first thing about a question is you need to understand the first questioning word. So we need to know what ma means. Ma means what? ما هي الفرصة. What is a fursa? Fursa means opportunity. Al-jayyida, good. So in the passage we have this word at the beginning itself, fursatun jayyida, a good opportunity. So what is a good opportunity? التي توفرها الإجازة. توفر is a verb which means to provide. So ijaza is vacation. So what is the good opportunity that vacation provides? Let's look at the options. القيام بالدراسة. القيام bi means to carry out something. الدراسة is studying. So the whole thing would mean studying. Okay. Second one, زيادة العمل, more work. Third one, القيام بعادات صحية وأعمال مميزة, to do healthy habits and special tasks. Fourth one, al-julusu fil manzil, sitting in the house. Now from here we can understand bi'adat sihiyya is there, the first sentence, al-ijazatu fursatun jayyidun lil-qiyam bi'adatin sihiyya wa a'mal mumayyiza. So that's what's given here. This means to do healthy habits and special tasks. So the correct answer is the third one. Next question is إلى ماذا تحول الإجازة روتين الدراسة والعمل. طيب إلى ماذا, to what does الإجازة تحول. تحول is to convert or to change. What does the vacation change? To what does the vacation change? The routine of study and work. دراسة والعمل. To what does it change? So first option is زيادة في الأعباء. So زيادة, as we know, is increase. زيادة means increase. في الأعباء, يعني أعباء is like burdens or loads. So increasing in burden, that's the first option. So that is definitely not correct. Second, أوقات مملة, boring time. So that's not correct. وقت للعمل, time for work, and that's also not correct. Fourth one says أوقات جميلة ومميزة برفقة الأهل والأصدقاء. This is mentioned in the passage. It is beautiful and special times in the company of family and friends, and we can see that over here in the second line. So that's the correct answer. Third one, ما هي إحدى العادات الصحية الجيدة التي يجب الحرص عليها في الإجازة. What is one of the healthy and good habits that one should be keen on during vacation? So first option says ممارسة الرياضة, exercising. So that seems to be correct one. Let's look at the other ones. الأكل is eating. That's wrong. النوم كثيرا, sleeping a lot. That's wrong. الجلوس أمام الشاشات, sitting in front of screens. So the first option is the correct one. ممارسة الرياضة, which as mentioned in the passage. Exercising is one of the healthy habits that one can do during the vacation. Number 4, ماذا تساعد ممارسة الرياضة في الحفاظ عليه? What does, ماذا means what does exercising help? تساعد is to help in maintaining. So when you do exercise, what does that help in maintaining? So first option is الإصابة بالأمراض, is to get diseases. Of course, that's not correct. زيادة الوزن, increasing in weight. That's false. الوزن المثالي, which is the ideal weight. This is what is mentioned in the passage. So this is the correct one. And fourth one says الشعور بالكسل, means feeling lazy. That's wrong. Number 5, ما هو الشعور الذي تبعثه زيادة نشاط الجسم? So ما هي الشعور? What is the شعور? Which is what is the feeling which you get from increasing the body's activity. So what feeling does increasing the body activity give rise to? So let's see. First option is al-malal wa-dhiq, that is boredom and being constrained. So that's not correct. Al-hayawiyyatu was-sa'adatu, which is vitality and happiness. That seems to be correct. At-ta'abu wal-irhaq, tiredness and exhaustion. That's wrong. Al-huzn wal-ghadab is sadness and anger. So that's wrong as well. Correct option is al-hayawiyyatu was-sa'ada, vitality and happiness. Now we have some grammar questions here. These are the most common ones they would ask in the exam. So first is, so istakhrij, by the way, means to take out the following. So ism, noun, we can always give anything with al, and we can give al-ijazatu over here, which is vacation. So the easiest way to find a noun is to look for anything with al. Right. Next question is harfu jar. And generally when they ask you for harfu jar, they will ask you for ism majroor. Both are connected because harfu jar is preposition, ism majroor is the noun that comes after the preposition. So when they ask you for preposition, the common ones are fi, ila, ala, and min. So keep this in your mind. Fi, you have ila, you have ala, and you have min. These are the common ones. Now let's see if we can find them. You have here so here we have, let's look of ila. We have ila here. So harfu jar, if you choose ila, then your ism majroor is awqatin. Ila is there, so awqatin. If you choose min, there you go, min, then your ism majroor is al-adat. Al-adat. Then you have fi as well, then al-ijaza will be your ism majroor. So there are many of them, ila, min, ila, and the likes. There is also ala here, so al-wazni will be the ism majroor. So all the there are more than 4 harf jar. Even the word be is also harf jar. But these 4 are the most common ones. After that, fourth question is sifa. Sifa means adjective. So an adjective is a word that describes a noun. And in English, you have the adjective coming before the noun, but in Arabic, it comes after the noun. And it generally will look like the noun in terms of its number and gender and the likes. So look here, we have fursatun jayyidatun. The word jayyidatun is a adjective for fursa. If you look at them both of them are female. That's why they both have ta marbuta. Both of them have dhamma. Both of them are singular. So these are the things that are common about them. Right? Also, they both do not have al as well. So jayyida is the sifa that we have here. That means adjective. And final question in this page. In this page, we have mufrad. Mufrad. They are asking for mufrad. So fifth is also mufrad. Sixth is also mufrad. Mufrad al-ijazat. Mufrad means singular. we need to find the singular of ijazat and singular of furas. طيب, now most of the time the mufrad and the jama' they look very similar. So let's see, mufrad of ijazat will be ijazah. جيد. Ijazat is vacations and ijazah is vacation. Furas was the next word, which is opportunities, and the mufrad of that is fursatun. Opportunities, fursa, opportunity. Next question, seventh one, jam'u aada. Jam'. So they're asking two jam'u aada and jam'u amal. Jam'u means plural. So what's the plural of aada and amal? Let's see. The plural of aada is going to be adat. Aada means like habit and adat means habits. Then the plural of the word amal is a'mal. Amal means work and a'mal is works, like plural of work, a'mal. And then ninth question is fi'al mudari'. Fi'al mudari' is present tense. Fi'al means verb or tense and mudari' is present. And the present tense where we have here, and present tense, the thing about present tense is that they begin with one of these four letters, hamza, noon, ya, or ta. And we can call it anaitu to, like we can remember it by anaitu. Now, it doesn't mean that every word that begins with one of these letters is a present tense, but it depends on the meaning. So for example, a'mal is not a present tense, although it begins with hamza. So because a'mal means works, so and that is not a verb. So we need it should be a verb, which means it should show an action. So the present tenses that we have in this passage, tuhawwilu. Tuhawwilu means to change or to convert, and that's a verb. Begins with ta. In the second line, we have yajibu, which means must. That's a verb over there. Ya begins with ya, begins with ya. And the third line, we don't really have a verb. No, we don't have a verb in the third line. Fourth line, we have tusa'idu, which is to help. Tazidu, to increase. And finally, the last line, we have yab'athu, is to bring about or to give rise to, and the likes. So these are the fi'al mudari' present tenses we have in this passage. Now, moving to the next paragraph. The author says, وَلَا بُدَّ مِنْ أَنْ يَكُونَ لِلْأَهْلِ النَّصِيبُ الْأَكْبَرُ مِنْ هَذِهِ الْإِجَازَةِ. This means the family must have the greatest share of this vacation. فالتواصل مع الأقارب في ظل هذه الحياة المعاصرة أصبح أقل مما كان عليه سابقا. So tawasul, which is communication with the relatives in the shade of this new or like contemporary life, has become lesser than what it was before. So people are much lesser, or people are communicating lesser with their family members or relatives than before. Why? بسبب الانشغال وضيق الوقت الذي يعاني منه الكثيرون. Because of busyness and the shortage of time that many are suffering from. فالإجازة وقت مناسب جدا لزيارة الأقارب وقضاء أوقات سعيدة برفقتهم للحفاظ على العلاقات الاجتماعية وعدم تهميشها. So vacation is an appropriate opportunity, is a very appropriate opportunity, or sorry, more like time, is a suitable time to visit relatives and spend happy times in their company, and to maintain social relations and to not marginalize them, to not compromise them. So here the paragraph 2 talks about the importance of spending time with family and relatives during the vacation, because people are generally busy in this modern era with shortage of time. So vacation is the best time to make use of this and to spend happy times with them, and to make sure that you're not compromising your relations, social relations, because of your busy schedule. So based on this first question is man means who. يجب أن يكون له النصيب الأكبر. نصيب الأكبر means the highest share or the most share من الإجازة. So we can understand that who should have the highest share of the vacation, like who should you spend most time with. First option is al-ahl, family. Az-zumala, it can mean like colleagues, or it can also mean classmates. Al-asdiqa, friends. An-nafsu faqat means with yourself. So the correct answer is al-ahl, based on the passage with the family. Number 2, ما هو سبب قلة التواصل مع الأقارب في الحياة المعاصرة. What is the reason for, so ma means what, Sabab is reason. قلة التواصل, little or like few, little communication مع الأقارب, with relatives في الحياة المعاصرة, in the modern times. Like, what is the reason for having very little communication with your relatives? First option is ضيق الوقت والانشغال, which is shortage of time and busyness. Number two, قلة الأقارب, like having little relatives. Number three, بعد المسافات, like having a huge distance, like saying like having big distance between the relatives, for example. Masafat is distance. عدم الرغبة في التواصل, not having the desire to communicate. So correct answer according to the passage is ضيق الوقت والانشغال, shortage of time and busyness. لماذا تعتبر الإجازة وقتا مناسبا لزيارة الأقارب? لماذا means why. تعتبر means to be considered. الإجازة vacation. Why is vacation considered وقتا مناسبا, an appropriate time لزيارة الأقارب, to visit relatives? First option للتخلص من الأهل, which means to get rid of family. Of course, that's not the reason. لزيادة الانشغال, to increase in busyness. That's not correct as well. Third one, للحفاظ على العلاقات الاجتماعية وعدم تهميشها, to maintain social relations and to not marginalize them, to not compromise them. This is the correct one. And the fourth one says لإضاعة الوقت, which is to waste time. Again, that is wrong. Fourth question, ماذا أصبحت حالة التواصل مع الأقارب في ظل الحياة المعاصرة مقارنة بالسابق? What has happened to the state of communication with relatives in the shade of this contemporary life in compared to before, like compared to the previous generations or previous times? How is communication with the relatives in this day and age? So akthar means more. So is it more than before? No, it's not. Kama here means as it was. It's not correct. غير موجود means it's not present. Like there's no communication. That's also false. Correct one is aqal, which is little. It's become little. Moving to paragraph 3. كذلك من الأمور التي تضيف نكهة جميلة إلى الإجازة الخروج مع الأصحاب في مغامرة غير اعتيادية. Likewise, from the things that adds a beautiful flavor to the vacation is to going out with friends on adventures which are unusual, so unusual adventures. كتسلق الجبال في منطقة تكثر فيها المرتفعات, such as mountain climbing in areas which has heights, which has a lot of heights. أو تجربة الوصول إلى القمم كالوصول إلى قمة برج خليفة وغيره من الأبراج العالية. Or trying to reach the tops, قمم is tops, كالوصول إلى قمة, such as reaching the top of Burj Khalifa وغيره من الأبراج العالية, or other than them from the tall towers. ولا تقتصر المغامرات على تسلق الجبال والوصول إلى أعلى القمم. Then he says that the adventures are not just limited to climbing mountains and reaching the tops. فقد تكون هناك أماكن وأفكار أكثر إثارة. There could be places and ideas which are more exciting or more interesting. لكنها تحتاج إلى اكتشاف واستكشاف, but it requires to be discovered. So that's the paragraph 3 talking about things that can add more flavor to the vacation, and that would be like things like doing adventurous things, and they gave 2 examples for that, which is climbing mountains and to reach tops, like reaching the top of Burj Khalifa and the likes. Then they say that it's not just limited to these things, like these 2 examples given, but there are more things, but it requires one to go and discover it. Now the final paragraph of the lesson is it is the ending of the lesson. It says al-ijazatu aw al-utlatu mutanaffasul insan. So vacation or like holiday is like an outlet for the human, for a person. Why? كي يسعد نفسه ويملأ وقته بأشياء مفيدة ومسلية. So he can make himself happy and fill his time with things that are beneficial and entertaining. لذا يجب علينا استغلال أوقات الفراغ والإجازات فيما نحب من ممارسة الهوايات واكتشاف أماكن جديدة وزيارة الأقارب والأصدقاء, والأهم هو الاستمتاع بهذه اللحظات. And therefore, we must make use of the free time and vacations in doing what we like to do, such as hobbies, like whatever hobbies we like, واكتشاف أماكن, and to discover new places, and to visit families and friends, and most important of all is what? الاستمتاع بهذه اللحظات, and to enjoy these moments. So from paragraph 3 and 4, questions we have is Mal umur lati tudifu nakhatan jamilatan ila al-ijaza. What are the things that adds a beautiful flavor to the vacation? And that we can see from the paragraph 3, it is to go on adventures. So let's see the options. An-nawmu tawilan means sleeping a lot. That's not correct. Mushahadatul aflam, watching movies. Not correct. Mumarasatul riyada, exercising. Not correct. And the last option is the correct one. Al-khuruju fi mughamaratin ghayri i'tiyadatin, going out on unusual adventures. Number 2, اذكر نوعين من المغامرات التي ذكرت في النص. Mention 2 types of adventures that are mentioned in the passage. So let's see. First option, تسلق الجبال والوصول إلى القمم. This means climbing mountains and reaching the tops. This is the correct one. The other option says الجري والسباحة, running and swimming. Third one says السفر بالطائرة والسفينة, traveling by plane and ship. القفز من الطائرة وركوب الخيل, jumping from the plane and to do horse riding. The correct answer is the first one, which is climbing mountains and reaching the tops. Now the final questions. لماذا تعتبر الإجازة مهمة للإنسان? لماذا means why. So why is vacation considered important for human beings? So first option says لكي يكسب المال, to gain money. Not correct. لكي يسعد نفسه ويقضي وقته في أشياء مفيدة, to make himself happy and to spend his time in beneficial things, and that's the correct one. Third one says لكي يجلس أمام التلفاز, to sit in front of TV. No. Last one says لكي يأكل ويشرب, to eat and drink. No. The correct option, as we said, is to make himself happy and to spend his time in beneficial things.